Hi class, and welcome to Economics 101. Today we are going to be discussing the demand curve. In today's lesson we'll discuss three important elements in regards to the demand curve. The first, what is the demand curve? The second, price shifts and the effect on the demand curve. And third, non-price shifts and the effect on the demand curve. Hi, today we're going to discuss what is the demand curve. So as you can see, I have already created this chart which shows the price on the vertical axis, and we have quantity here shown on the horizontal axis. So demand is the price that a person is willing to pay for a good. It could be food, a service, an electronic product, anything. And as you can see here, it has a downward sloping trend that directly is correlated to the price of a product. So there are 5 determinants that can affect a movement in demand. They are shown as follows. So as you can see, the first is price. So as the price decreases, the quantity will increase. So starting here at $75 for the product, you can see the quantity desired would be 100. If we move the price to 50, then the quantity desired would be 200. And also, once more, $25 moves down up to 300 units produced. Okay, so now we have an updated graph which shows a shift in the demand curve. If we remember back to the 5 determinants of demand, the first one we discussed was price, which is just a change down the same demand curve. So now if we take the example of an income change, say somebody received a raise and now they have more income, that would change the demand curve. So as you can see, it changed this way. If we keep the price the same, 75, quantity goes from 100 and now over here to 200. 50 goes from 200 to 300, and then 25 goes from 300 to 400. So that would be a positive change in the demand curve. Okay, and our last example here would be a negative shift in demand curve. So it's just the exact opposite of the positive change. So here was our original demand. Using the same example, maybe the person was laid off or had to take a pay decrease, so now they don't make as much income and their demand has shifted to the left, where they do not demand the product as much anymore. So you can see at the same price point, $75, they used to demand 200, now they're only at 100. At 50, they used to demand 300, and now they're at 200. And lastly, with 25, they used to demand 400, and now that is 300. Okay, so there is a brief introduction into the demand curve within economics. We discussed what is the demand curve, the effects price change has on the demand curve, and the effects that non-price changes have on the demand curve. If you would like to read further, go ahead and read chapter 1 of the following book, which will go into further detail into supply and demand.